Hi, Paul Hughes-Barlow back again. Looking at this sequence of tarot cards that we've been looking at in the last couple of lessons. The previous lesson I talked about uncounted cards. The cards that are influenced by no other card. No other card counts onto them, but they of course will count out. And I showed you how to find them. So what is the significance of an uncounted card? It's a card that represents the hidden or secret source of power or influence in the reading, and we can tap into that if we know about magic and all these kind of things. Now, magicians who like to think they know everything about things, but I think tarotists don't know anything, or it may well be in for a bit of a surprise here, because I'm going to tell you that the actual uncounted cards, it's a powerful technique that the Golden Dawn and the OTO don't know about. But if you bought my book, Beyond the Tarot and the Magus, you will have found all about it. So the uncounted card is a spiritual influence, and all the tarot cards have a kind of spiritual influence associated with them. For the major cards, like these ones here, the influence is from Liber 231. And this is a system of spiritual attributions discovered by Aleister Crowley. And 231 is significant because it's the number of 1 to 22, numbers 1 to 22 added together. If you added 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up to 22, you'll find 231. And they're known as the 231 gates. And Aleister Crowley gave a name or power to each of the major arcana as a result of this. When I was writing Tarot and the Magus, as a result of the counting technique, the spirits of Liber 231 appeared to me in a circle, all of them. Amprodius, Barachil, Gargafis, Dagdadiel, Hametarit, Baretza, Samrediel, Charasith, Yamatu, Tempioth, Yamatu, Kurgasits, Afkursiax, and there's all the other ones as well. And a few days later, some Goetic spirits turned up and said to me, "Don't forget us. We're cousins of the Liber 231." So I'm saying, okay, fine. I was basically writing a beginner's book about reading the tarot cards, not an advanced book, but here it goes. So if you look at the minor cards, they also have a spirit associated with them, and this is the 2s to the 10s, not the aces. The 2s to the 10s, there's 36 of them. That's a 36 decanates, and we use the 72 spirits of the Goetic spirits to associate with them. And so if you're a ritual magician, you'd have to kind of decide you're going to do, say, a ritual on a Saturday because it's to do with Saturn, and then you have to pick a spirit of Saturn to go with it, and then decide when at the right time it's going to do, and all the rest of it. Tarot cuts through all that. Tarot tells you, and if this reading, say, was about black magic, and you wanted to know who had done the black magic, or where the black magic was coming from, or which spirit was causing the black magic, or which spirit could help you resolve this black magic problem, then you'd look at the uncounted cards. And in this case, the uncounted card is the 9 of Swords, one of the most scary of the minor cards, cruelty. It's kind of like an episode of EastEnders if you live in the UK, death and disaster, a bit like the special we had the other day, murder and all kinds of intrigue. So, I can't find my book of Goetia by Aleister Crowley, but what I do have is Lon Duquette's Tarot of Ceremony and Magic, which is actually a much better book on tarot than the one he did, of course, on the book of Thoth. And I found the page for the 9 of Swords. Here it is. And on this page of the 9 of Swords, it has 2 of the spirits. There's a day and a night spirits of the Goetia. The first one is Barbatos number 8. He knows all things past to come and conciliates friends and those that he has in power. So, if you want to reconciliate these people and bring them sort of into harmony with each other, Barbatos will be the spirit you work with. And if you have this spiritual energy and knowledge of these things, then you probably find that just by working through and harmonizing yourself with the energies, you'd find very easy to work with Barbatos, because everything is here. We have all, I've only shown this part here, Of course, there would be 4 piles of cards here, so the whole energies would be completely balanced. We'll have a look at the other one. The Night Spirit of the 9 of Swords is Shax, or Shaz, or Saz, and he's the 44th spirit. You can discover all things that are hidden and not kept by evil's wicked spirits. He takes away the sight or hearing, understanding of any man or woman at the command of the exorcist. So that's an interesting one. So it depends, of course, who your client is as to what you want to do. Maybe if the man was here, he'd be wanting you to sort of make sure one or the other, the women, didn't know what was actually going on. That's one possibility. He could also help you to find, it could be the woman, say the older woman, she wants to know what the Princess of Swords is up to. You could use Shax to help you find out that system. And all this is done purely by the tarot. It's number crunching. The tarot tells you, using the opening of the key spread, which spirits to work with. It works all the time. It just takes the effort to work through the cards and understand the relationship of all the cards between each other. So in your army as a tarot reader, I know the Goetia is supposed to be pretty dangerous and scary, but my experience in working through this system, the spirits are very willing and helpful, and even just having the knowledge and understanding that you can call and work upon these spirits gives you an edge over pretty much every ritual magician out there. You'll beat them hands down. And not only that, the tarot cards themselves tell you how it will work out. Because we haven't looked at the 9 of Swords, have we? Maybe we should just do that. So let's count from the 9 of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 of Swords, defeat. And there's a judgment, a resolution. So it's some kind of way of moving out all these things. And it goes on to the Princess of Swords. So in some way, it's helping her release things. We counted from the Prince of Swords before, but we'll count in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 of Swords again. Wow. This is a very powerful card. And what it suggests, next to the Judgment card, which is Shaliku in the Liber 231 system, that this card can bring about a defeat in some way, because this 5 of Swords goes on to the 8 of Discs work. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 of Wands from there. There will be the 5 of Swords is another card that the spirit of the 9 of Swords can call upon. So the 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords defeat. The day spirit is 4S. He can make men invisible and to live long, be eloquent. So maybe you could help, if it was the man, help him to be a bit more better with the words and things like this, to smile on the women, you know. Or if you go the other way, and Amducius or Amducius is the night spirit, number 67. He causes trees to bend according to the exorcist's will. Plays musical instruments. I would suggest he's not so useful in this reading, but certainly Forrest may well be, in the sense of this man probably feels very weak, and if it was the man in front of you, you could help him. Alternatively, of course, if it was the younger woman or the older woman and they came to you, then you would say that the outcome is that they would be able to influence him and he would actually be very weak, and that they could take the control of the situation. So whichever way round you go, there's all sorts of things that you can do to fix the situation. You can also do timing with these things as well. The card next to it is the Moon card. We're in February at the moment, and the Moon card, of course, is Pisces. So we're just coming into Pisces. So it would suggest that this is a really good time to get these changes going on, and to change the situation for whichever the clients you have in front of you, and for whatever they want. The spirits will do it for you. So that's how I use tarot and the uncounted cards to create real magic.